So I'm making a recipe and it needs potatoes and I don't have any in the house because I've been eating them all. So I've come to dig up some of my potatoes that I've got here. I don't know whether they're ready yet, but I need probably about 1.5 cups of potatoes. So I think in this whole row we might be lucky. Let's have a look. So what you do is you look for a potato whose leaves are kind of dying, and you know, that's a good indication that things are over on their potato lifespan, and it's time for them to die. Two, three. There we go. I think that's enough potatoes for the recipe. That came from 2 plants. Now, normally you would cure your potatoes, particularly for about 2 weeks if you're trying to store them as well. But it's been my experience that I've just dug potatoes from the ground. I don't understand what the fuss is about other than thickening of the skins. I'm going to use these in a recipe right now. So let's go in and cook them. Now, the recipe calls for fresh tomatoes and basil, or basil, as I call it. Basil? So, oh, you'd only get that reference if you've watched 40 Towers. But otherwise I'm just making a weird noise. So let's get some basil and let's get some tomatoes and let's have a fly in my eye. This is great. Nice here as well. 1, 2. Don't want the squirrels to get to you. Okay, so let's go back and assemble this and get this summer squash soup on the road. Or summer corn soup even. Okay, so this recipe, summer corn soup, 2 to 6 personal points per serving, blah, 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 blah. You need unsalted butter, 2 tablespoons. Corn, you will need 6 cups of fresh kernels, okay, which is about 6 large ears. You need uncooked leeks, 2 large, halved, cleaned and sliced. Over here you need your potatoes, about 1 3/4 cups of uncooked Yukon Gold potatoes. It doesn't really matter. I don't know why they put that in there. Just get whatever spuds you've got. And you need about 8 ounces, 1 3/4 cup. Peeled and cut into cubes. Then you need uncooked celery, 1 rib chopped, which is about 1/2 cup. Over here we have some tomatoes, which I'm going to use for the garnish, along with the other tomatoes, which I'll show you in a minute. You just saw me pick. We're going to have some garlic here, 2 medium cloves, and you're going to mince them. If you have one of those garlic presses, great. If not, just use the back of a knife, flatten it. This is chicken stock. I make my own. It's really good. I recommend you do the same. But if not, find your favourite brand and use it. And you're going to need 4 cups of that. And then you're going to need 2 cups of water in addition. You're going to need some salt, and it's about 1 teaspoon. Cayenne pepper here, 1/8 of a teaspoon or to taste. But with cayenne pepper, a little goes a long way, so do be careful. You're going to need a fresh lime. I didn't use that last time I made this, so you know, don't worry about it. You can add the fresh lime if you wish, but it's not a game changer if you don't do it. Okay, fresh basil, and I've got some chopped spring onions, or green onions as you call them here. And this is all for the garnish here, and then we've just got those tomatoes here that I just picked. And also if you've got some chives, fresh chives, go for it. Okay, so let's get on with this. It's so hot in my kitchen. I've got sweat coming down the back of my neck. sweating like a wildebeest on the savannah. Oh, and now I'm going to cook soup. Yeah, I know it's a weird thing to do in the middle of summer. I get it. Over medium-high heat, you're going to melt your butter in the saucepan, and then you're going to add in... So you're going to add in your corn, leeks, potatoes, celery, thyme and garlic, and cook, stirring occasionally until vegetables start to soften, about 5 minutes. And then you're going to stir in your broth, water, your salt and cayenne, and bring it to the boil over medium-high heat. When it comes to a boil, you reduce heat to medium-low, simmer uncovered until vegetables are very tender, about 20 minutes. So 20 minutes has transpired, so now we're going to take our immersion stick blender and blend the soup. Now, if you don't have an immersion stick blender and you've got a Ninja or whatever, use that. Or you can just use a potato masher, whatever you have to do. But the nice thing about this soup is that the consistency, it's nice to have, you know, have it like a chowder, because you really capture the taste of the garden, the texture of the garden, and it's just, it sort of feels like a meal, and it's very, very filling because it's corn. So yeah, go ahead. Now, if for some reason you don't like the texture, the consistency, or you need to have a pureed soup, then just go ahead and puree it. But if you can, take my advice and chowderize it. Chowderize. So here is the final soup. I have put all my garnish on there, and now we'll do the taste test. So here we go. I'm going to taste it now. It's really good. You've got the beautiful summer corn soup, and hopefully you'll be able to go to the grocery store and buy a bunch of corn right now because it's really cheap. And if you know how to can, you can can it for the winter months. But it's very good, and I promise you. And you know, there's no need for the family to do the taste test because they've all had it before and they all love it. So thank you for watching Shoestring Acres, where nature and austerity collide. Yeah.
Remember, God made you special and He loves you very much. Bye!